Whilst that's doing, we're going to make a salad to go with that. And I'm going to do an apricot salad because the acidity of the apricots and also the acidity of the tomatoes that we're going to add is going to balance the richness of the smoked chicken really well. Now, we're going to rehydrate some dried apricots. This is Earl Grey tea. I'm just going to put 2 tea bags into the bottom of a bowl, pour on some water. There we go. Pop the apricots in, and then we'll leave those just to soak up all that tea-flavoured water. And want to put some mushrooms with this to sort of keep the Asian feel. It's called a shiitake mushroom. And second one is an oyster mushroom. Tear the mushroom down the gills like that. I'm going to allow those to caramelise, and they'll go perfectly with the chicken. Now, from here, really, it's up to every cook to decide how they want their salad to look. So first of all, we're just going to place a couple of tomatoes in there. Remember our apricots. Right, look at these now. Doubled in size. We're going to pop some mushrooms in. Right, a few beans. This is rocket leaves. A little pile of that on top. And we're going to make the dressing by taking the liquor from the marinated apricots, pouring it into a bowl, and then we're going to sharpen that sweet liquid with a little bit of balsamic vinegar and a little bit of olive oil. And then just gently whisk that together. Spread a little bit of that over the top like that. So we're going to check the chicken. Oh, I can tell that is a cooked piece of chicken. It's got a nice firmness to it. It's quite hot to the touch as well. The main piece of the dish, the chicken, and I would say per serving, you want a couple of really generous pieces like that. And then we just put those across the top. There we go. And from a simple thing like a cup of tea, we end up with that tea smoked chicken, roasted tomato and apricot salad.
We've always known that tea makes us feel good, and the latest scientific research can now tell us why. Tea has been found to be a source of an amino acid called theanine, which may be why tea has the ability to settle our nerves.
There's very little theanine found in the foods that we actually eat. In fact, tea is probably the major source in the UK diet. The effects that theanine seems to have on the body is predominantly in the brain, where it seems to influence particular waveforms, the alpha waves, increasing their level, and increased alpha waves is associated with an increased feeling of alertness but calm. That alert but relaxed state is typical of the sort of feeling you get if you do yoga, for example.
So it seems that tea really can help to calm us down, but tea contains another magical ingredient: caffeine, although we don't always think of caffeine in a positive way.
The issues with caffeine have been associated with being intolerant of caffeine and developing the jitters and perhaps feeling a bit shaky and a bit agitated.
But tea contains half the caffeine of coffee, and in small amounts, caffeine can be just what the doctor ordered.
Tea contains low levels of caffeine, which can actually be quite beneficial. At these levels, caffeine can actually boost your mood, boost your concentration, helps to make you feel more alert and more focused.
But there's one more element to tea that makes it a really healthy drink. 1 cup of tea has the equivalent antioxidant content of 3.5 glasses of orange juice.
Both green tea and black tea are excellent sources of antioxidants, and they've definitely been shown to have some very good health properties.
One European study has actually shown that over half the dietary antioxidants in people's diets came from drinking around 4 cups of tea a day.
Well, by consuming more antioxidants, either in drinks or in food, we are increasing the body's defences against the free radicals. So, in other words, we're giving ourselves extra protection against diseases and illnesses.
And it's the antioxidants in tea that might be why it's an important weapon against Britain's biggest killer, heart disease.
What we do know is that people that drink tea have much lower rate of cardiovascular disease. They have healthier arteries than those that don't.
But if we want to drink tea for its health benefits, which one do we choose from the hundreds on our shelves?
It doesn't really matter how you take your tea. There's green tea, oolong or black tea, with or without milk or lemon. There are nutritional advantages in all ways of drinking tea.
It's a refreshing change that something that we really do like is actually good for us.
Now, the nearest we ever get to drinking tea straight from the tea plant or the tea bush is green tea, and I think makes the best ice cream of all. And it's really simple. All you need is a vanilla ice cream base. In this pan here, I've got some milk that's just about come up to the boil, and I'm going to infuse into it some green tea. Those are really, really beautiful green tea leaves. I'm just going to throw those in. Right, the next thing I'm going to put in is vanilla, and I think you can never put enough vanilla in. It's just one of those sexiest ingredients ever. And whilst that infuses, we're going to whisk together the classic ice cream base, which is egg yolks, caster sugar. We whisk those around. Now we're going to put the milk that we've infused with the tea and the vanilla into the egg yolks, but in doing so, we're going to remove those green tea leaves. Now we need to enrichen the whole thing. So a little bit of double cream always does the job. Pour it in. This is actually quite cool now because we added the cold cream to it, so it's ready to churn. Inside the ice cream machine, there's a frozen well. Inside that well is a bucket. We're just going to put the ice cream base into the bucket. And we attach what's known as the paddle, and that will rotate inside the well. Now, what's happening inside here is that the paddle is turning the ice cream around inside the bucket, and the bucket is sat inside the frozen well. So as the ice crystals form, the big paddle is turning around, stopping large ice crystals forming. And the secret to a really, truly great ice cream is small, uniformed ice crystals. Now, this has churned for about an hour, and I think the best match for green tea ice cream is roasted figs. And this, I think, makes a really, really classy way of serving ice cream. However, you guys simply aren't classy enough, so who wants a cornet? Right, get those down here. Green tea cornets all round. There you go. Don't say it, don't love you. Pass it on. Right. Go on, yes.